All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. It's Pokésports. We're
Hello.
here. Kevin, you're here.
What a surprise.
It's been millennia.
Yeah. Wait, how long is that?
Yeah,
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
it's a long time, buddy. How you been? What you been?
I'm good. What I've been?
Yeah.
I've been Kev. Oh, you moved. Mike moved.
Well, I
Mike's
moved
staring at the
over.
wall.
I'm in the corner. Hey, I bought these things. Wait. They're right over here. Oh, I'm off the podcast now. Okay, now I'm on the podcast.
I got those
these
things you
guys.
got me.
Yeah. I got
gotta
these
wait.
things. I'm going to put them. I have a gray one as well, so I just like black and gray one, but I don't really like how the black shows up or doesn't show up on camera. That's kind of yucky.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting.
Oh, that's fair.
Delay OP.
That's fair. Delay OP. It's a big old delay OP. It's good to see everybody in
everyone else
2021. I'm glad that we're all around for Pokésports.
Oh, you got foamy boys.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there it is.
Ooh, do they help?
If anything,
me
they look nice.
Let me get the things you got me. I probably should have done that in the meantime. Here, go vamp.
Here, no, I've got some stuff that I received from my old housemate, who you may know I moved away from. They're these cool little coasters, and I think Kevin also got them. I gave him the idea, and so I think he made it for him as well. But Kevin, so you received things like this?
No.
No. Oh, yeah, he
No.
can't see because there's a super delay, but they're these coasters here. Kevin's
Oh,
about to show it
yeah.
on camera.
I got those.
But I
I
think
got
yours are better because yours are like actual ceramic. Ooh, that's
These are like.
very nice.
Oh, this is probably too bright. Yeah. Doing this live. Yeah, they look really nice.
We should go to the screen for this. Oh yeah.
Very-
No, you've
very
got
cool.
that. I've got like it's like you can tell the consistency based on, you know.
These feel really nice. And now I won't have any. It is convenient. You know why? Because my living room is going to have a glass table,
Right?
so I can't get stains on it now.
Mm-hmm. And so this
It's
has
like-
made me consider.
You thunk of me?
I thunk of you. This has made me consider putting this up on the Pokésports merch site as well. We should totally put out like coasters because that's
Yo.
pretty sick. This is
Y'all
pretty
need
sick.
coasters?
I don't think we'd be able to do this because this is like mega copyright infringy. But
just
hey.
put a logo on things.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
we
exactly.
kind of paid for that.
100%.
That could work.
100%. Yeah, if people are interested in where they got those, I will drop a link. I'm gonna need to re-find it, but if you go to like Facebook and look up Burbank City Pokemon Mart or something like that, there's this one person there who's selling like ceramic coasters, and they're only shipping it to the US right now, which is why I want to put one on the merch store. Like we had to go and like Vistaprint make one of these.
You have ball guys sitting.
Yeah.
He's just chilling and saying hi. I didn't know that was actually like it's a movable appendage.
Yeah, it's sweet. I made him T-pose for the longest time, but this is fine. I like the sitting better.
Our
Sitting
quality
with the-
is extra crisp today.
Thank you.
It's nice. I
Thank
don't know
you.
what
I've
you
been
did.
playing with some
It looks
settings.
nice. Oh, even I look cute. Wow, thank you.
Aw. Yeah. All right. So we've got a podcast to do today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So maybe we should like get into that or something. But
What if one day we just start a stream and keep talking and it's not a podcast, we just keep talking? People will notice.
There is something that I wanted to just check before the podcast started. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. So this is just going to go to a black screen. We don't like that. I can actually fix that right now, but it might freeze my camera, which is not great. Yeah. Aha. Oh, and it didn't freeze anything. Oh, great. 'Cause that's
We're
just
not
something that I
freezing
wanted
today,
to do. We're not freezing today.
100% thought.
Mm-hmm.
Scald all day, every day.
Scald all day. We burn every time. All right. So here we go. This is Pokésports podcast number 61. 61, Kevin.
We're getting old, Mike.
Yeah. Talking about how balanced this series is, as well as the Players Cup 3 again. We're going to be talking about the Players Cup 3 a lot. because like we're Pokésports and all of the esports is basically the Players Cup right now, from Play Pokemon anyway. Anyway, here we go. Hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I am Mike, and in 2021, I play with 2 Pokemon on the field.
I'm Kevin. I got 2 legs.
Oh. Well, isn't that nice? I went through this whole thing of like finally stepping out in front of the audience and being like, folks, today I play with 2 Pokemon on the field. And you're like, I got legs.
I mean, I didn't want to be the same as you. You get the opportunity to go first, and I got to come up with something better.
That's fair. Yeah, you always kind of have to one up me on this, huh? I never thought of it like that. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, guys, we've officially converted Mike. Mike has finally let the timer get to his head.
Yeah, battle timer has run out.
And here he is.
Yeah.
He sits up before us, a doubles player.
But it's weird because like I don't feel like I'm good at Pokemon anymore. For me, like I could have sat here and been like, hey, you know what? I'm good at Pokemon. Play me in a singles game. I'll know what's going on. I'll be able to predict. Now I'm going into VGC and I'm like, oh no. Do I protect? Do I helping hand? Do I scald or do I hydro pump? What Pokemon has those 4 moves specifically? Politoed.
Sure.
Yeah. Why would it have hydro pump and scald? I don't know.
Because you're learning.
Because I'm learning. That's exactly the point. Thank you. For those of you joining us on YouTube, you might notice my look has changed a little bit. I've just kind of moved my camera over. If you don't watch our videos, then this is the first time you've seen it. If you watch our videos, you've seen this in a couple of videos already. So it's like, where have you been?
Wait, you know what I'm noticing?
What?
If I look there where I usually look, and you look, where you usually look, we're both staring at the walls.
Yeah.
Maybe we should flip flop. We should do ally switch.
We should ally switch it. Yeah. Maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I kind of like this, where we're kind of like 2 eyes looking the complete opposite direction. Kevin, it is 2021. We have migrated from 2020 to its DLC 2021. How are you feeling?
I'm existing.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, it hasn't completely disappointed me yet.
Good.
I have a very small sample size, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Right. I mean, that's fair, I suppose. For me, like the year just kind of hasn't started yet. It's just been on like everybody's at home. Nobody's really doing anything. Like work hasn't started yet. Or like nobody's really gone back to the grind yet. So it's kind of like, oh, what's going on here? That's how I feel. Give it time.
These
exactly.
These last couple of weeks have been such a blur for me. It's been just like busy.
Yeah, because you get the holiday rush too.
Oh, dude, now Super Bowl is coming up. That's like my worst holiday in terms of like workload, because I work in like food service. So people don't feel like cooking their own wings. I gotta cook them.
I gotta do it. Well, don't worry. Soon you will be the high-ranking executive of Pokésports, where you can have those wings catered.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Who can make us wings?
Oh,
I just realized we're gonna have a Pokésports during the Super Bowl, or at least on the same day.
Oh, that's true.
We did that already, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do every Sunday, so it was inevitable.
It has been a year, yeah.
We have experienced all the Sunday-based holidays. Yeah. All right. Well, that is where this is the year, guys. First things first, I am going to stop doing the national days. I'm just going to go and put it out here, put it out there for you guys. Just, you know what day it is. If you want to go and figure out what national day is, let me know in the comments and I'll shout it out. Or somebody go into our chat and tell us what it is every week. And then I'll make sure to say it. But let's get into some Smogon news. Signups for the official Smogon tournament 17, that's XVII, are officially open. You can win a golden trophy for your Smogon profile, as well as a top prize of up to $200. So pretty good for a browser-based game. Go and get your singles teams together.
17 tournaments.
Yeah.
That's a lot of $200 you've handed out.
Smogun's been around for a long time.
It is true. It has to be so cool to get a golden trophy on your profile. Like, you've made it.
Yeah.
Oh, what about like custom avatars too? Ooh. That's when we made it, Mike. It's when we get custom avatars on Pokemon Showdown.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool.
I want
just
like
so have the Pokésports logo on there.
Well, no, it's just like, you know how they got like a ace trainer duo on it, like they got a guy and a girl. Just have me and you, man. It's so cool.
All of the members need to be like spamming their Kevin fingers and their Mike finger guns. Yeah.
One day.
Maybe
one day.
In other Smogon news, Blaziken. This is before the usage stats, by the way, of January 1st. By the way, we're in a new month, so we have new usage stats for you as always. But Blaziken has been moved to underused ban list from underused, so from UU to UUBL. Blaziken's just too good. Speedy Fire Chicken.
I remember when that used to be banned.
Right.
Like in Uber's banned.
Yeah. Oh no, we've got some of that coming up.
Boy.
It's been a real intense past week. So that said, let's take a look at usage stats for December. Right now, in front of you, you will be able to see the tier changes for January. For those of you who are listening on podcasts, we'll give you a quick little overview. Most notable, the additions to OU are Regieleki and Zapdos Galarian form. So Galarian Zapdos moves from UUBL to OU, and Regieleki moves from UU to OU. So they have been recognized finally.
Not surprised that all those two are broken.
Completely unsurprising. Yeah. Speaking of surprising, though, Incineroar moves from UU to RU. So Firecat, who everybody loves, everyone's favorite Firecat, is moving way down to UU. To RU, I should say.
Singles, huh?
No. It's a good companion. It's not a good, like, one-off.
Nah, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get you.
Of course, we've got a couple more additions to UU, like Kyurem from RUBL and Quagsire from PU. Quagsire is one of my favorite Pokemon in singles, by the way. Not that I play that anymore, but singles Quagsire with Unaware is just, so good. That's what makes Clefable pretty good, too.
That's a good point, yeah. I mean, I've considered running Quagsire when the meta was very Arcanine justified beat up.
Mm-hmm.
But then I remembered, grass.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? Like, it's just got such a hardcore weakness like that. And then, of course, from PU to ZU. Oh my goodness, I didn't even count this time how many Pokemon moved from PU to ZU.
Can I stray your attention to the 14 billion Sylvallies in front of my face right now?
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Every Sylvallia and its mother just got sent to ZU.
Yeah. They just, you give it enough time and they'll all migrate together.
They're down there chilling with Regigigas and Rhydon.
I spent a lot of time this holiday season watching The Land Before Time, just like all of the old Land Before Time movies. And in one of them, all of the Brontosauruses, all of the long necks, they move from one place like that's being covered in mist. I think it's like Land Before Time 3, something of the mist or whatever, and they move from there to the Great Valley. And so it's just like a bunch of Brontosauruses moving into your house, and that is basically what happened to ZU. All of the Sylvallies were just like, my PU is covered in mist right now. We're moving on over to ZU.
There's currently 12 Sylvallies in ZU and 6 Sylvallies lost and on their way to ZU.
They haven't found their way yet. They'll get there. Just give it time. It's fine.
They're lost.
They're lost. Exactly. Moving on, we've got usage stats for all of the tiers. We have the top 10 that Smogon gives out every single month. Obviously, there's a lot of information on the screen right now. We've got for Ubers, UU, RU, NU, PU, and ZU. But what I want to draw your attention to is Ubers, because Ubers is in a weird place right now where Yveltal is 63.5% usage right now.
Yep.
What?
Whoa, above Zacian Crown.
Above Zacian Crown. But there's a reason for that. And it's actually not 63.5 anymore. Do you want to know what it is currently?
Go for it.
It's currently sitting at 76% usage in Ubers. You can barely get into a game without a Giveltal.
People like their bacon Christmas morning.
People like their bacon crisp. Exactly. Yeah. So we'll get to why that's important.
Why is Eternatus so high too? That's Pokemon's garbage.
It's also very high. Kyogre, Calyrex S, and Necrozma as well are within the top 5 there. All of them above 30% usage. And I think that's going to be a thing that we come back to quite often today, is things above X% usage, but all 5 of those sitting above 30%. That's nuts. UU, meanwhile, has Salamence sitting at the top at 20.83% usage.
Okay. At least he's good somewhere.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. So Salamence, Crocodile, Komodo, Zeraora, and Scizor are all in the top 5 right now. So there's that. In RU, we've got Zarude, Togekiss, Suicune's Zygarde 10%, and Thundurus sitting at the top 5. In NU, we've got Sylveon, Mienshao, Bronzong, Copperajah, and Toxtricity in top 5. PU, we've got in DDF, Exploud, Vaporeon, Roserade, and Passimian top 5. ZU, we've got Manectric, Pinsir, Boltund, Avalugg, and Crustle top 5. And those are all Pokemon that you don't hear too often. And I love that they're getting representation in those tiers. Love it, love it.
Every time I look at something like this, my mind is boggled.
Why is that?
Currently, they're telling me that Thundurus is in the same tier as Seismitoad.
Yeah. That's the thing, right?
I am happy that Zarude is pretty relevant in its respective tier. I thought that Pokemon was going to be hot garbage, but I argue. It seems like a nice home for him.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. It's true. All right. So with that is everything leading up to January 1st with Smogon. After January 1st, since then, we've also got, by the way, the OU stats. Landorus, Urshifu S, Magearna, Clefable, and Garchomp are all in the top 5. Landorus leads at a 35% usage, and Urshifu S is 28. Everything else is below that. So again, pretty healthy. There's quite a bit of variance in OU right now. The toughest one right now has got to be Ubers for sure, because everybody seems to be playing the same kind of game. So with that, Toxtricity and Porygon Z have left NU to NUBL. I guess in NU, what Smogon cites is that there's very little or no effective defensive counterplays for these two, which makes sense. We know Porygon Z is the nasty poster boy for VGC. With that
Series
adaptability,
6.
Hyper Beam, yeah. Series 6, yeah, we remember that. And then, here's the big one. Ubers is suspect testing Zacian C. So, yikes. As we saw 1, 2, 3 slides ago, Zacian C is sitting at 61.6% usage. Because of this, because of this, yeah, they're thinking of removing that from play almost entirely because it's influencing the rest of the game. You kind of need to bring something that can take care of Zacian C by way of, either I'm trying to think of like the counters to Zacian C. Yeah, I guess Ho-Oh's there because of that, huh?
Reshiram. Yeah. Kyogre deals with it really nicely.
Eternatus does all right with Flamethrower. You just need to get out ahead of it. Huh. Not really a lot of stuff that takes care of that, huh? I guess that's the problem.
Ground and Fire. That's pretty much all you got. But the problem with Zacian C is, you remember how good Mega Mawile was? Imagine that, but better.
Yes.
Imagine that, but fast, more attack, and has a +1 when it comes on the field. So, quote me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. The only other time something has been suspect tested and banned from Smogon Ubers was, aside from like moves and abilities and stuff,
Right.
was Mega Rayquaza.
That is the last one that I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that got shipped off to Anything Goes. That's the one that created its own tier. What you're telling me is that they're considering moving Zacian C to that tier.
Yeah.
Eventually, that's gonna become a tier, right? Like a legitimate tier, not just a ban list of ban lists.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like it is kind of a tier that people do play right now, but only because they want to use Mega Rayquaza or Zacian C, I guess, upcoming.
Or 17 minimize.
Because like it will be kicked out of Ubers. Almost for sure.
But won't that mean that like Yveltal will just like spike to infinity? Because Zacian deals with Yveltal very well with Playra.
Kind of, and the reason for that is there's actually apart from Zacian C, people were also talking about Calyrex Shadow Rider. They're saying that Calyrex is actually the reason that Yveltal is so used in the first place. Less people are using it. Only like 40 some odd % of people are using Calyrex S, but because it exists, if it's left uncontested, then it will sweep an entire team, especially with its spectral nay or whatever.
I honestly believe that because when I used it in the GS Cup and I was firing off Astral Barrages and just literally KOing both Pokemon, I'm like, oh, what if this was just a single target attack? What would happen?
Right.
Well, that's singles. Like that's me KOing 2 Pokemon with 75% damage reduction or like 25% damage reduction.
No, it's nuts. And so, like they're saying if Calyrex gets sent off as well, then Yveltal sees a major drop because there's just no reason to bring it anymore. It's not that it's super good; it's that it's an answer. It's the best answer to this situation because there's like nothing that Calyrex can actually do to that. There's nothing that Calyrex can do to a dark Pokemon.
That's probably also why Marshadow's up there too, because you didn't mention Marshadow, but Marshadow's like top 10. You could just Shadow Sneak Calyrex S really quickly with your Technician and take it out.
100%. And then outside of Ubers, PU has voted Indeedee Surfetched, Indeedee F, I should say, Surfetched, Machamp, Duraludon, Kingdra, Exploud, Alolan Raichu, Sceptile, and Tauros out of PU to PUBL. So people really didn't like a lot of Pokemon in PU this time around. But hey, to be honest though, this is one of the moments that makes me like happy that PU is a thing because it's being developed like so hardcore. They just moved what 9 Pokemon right out of there like after the first week. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, some of these Pokemon are really good too. Exploud is actually one of my like low key favorite Pokemon. I don't know why, I just find that thing so funny.
Deltaros in the chat asks a very interesting question. How often do Smogon rankings translate to the actual game rankings? Now I'm trying to think of like a good way of saying this, but I would compare it to like games like Persona or games like The World Ends With You, with like memes and just getting into people's heads. I think if you practice certain Pokemon on Smogon a lot and you practice certain Pokemon on Showdown a lot, then you start to notice like subtle intricacies about them that you're like, okay, I think I want to bring that into my actual game and see if it works in VGC. And that's how things like, Expanding Force Expanding Force was a thing that was tested on Showdown before it was tested on VGC because people had access to it before the full games were released. People noticed, they're like, oh, this is actually a nuts thing that's really easy to go and set up. And so people came to those same conclusions on VGC as well.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know why that my brain just went to that, but that was a very good question. I really appreciate them asking that.
I'm actually really happy we spent a lot of singles time today. We usually kind of skim through Smogon stuff, but it's stats day, boys.
It's stats day. That's how we do it, stats day. Pokemon went into space.
Oh, that was the world's greatest disappointment of 2020.
I've never seen something that people were talking about so much, and then the second it happened, we're like, we're not going to talk about this.
You know what's hilarious?
What?
For some odd reason, I decided to go back and listen to last week's episode where we actually talked about this space thing. And as a joke during the podcast, I literally said, "Well, they're not gonna give us Gen 4 remakes. They're just gonna put a Pikachu in space and it's gonna get like brittle bone or something." That it's literally what they did. They put a Pikachu in space.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, right? Like they displayed some pretty AR stuff, and like, yeah, it's neat to see a little Mega Rayquaza flying around space. But
we've had AR since 2016.
yeah.
Pokemon Go was released. Like, I know what Pokemon look like in real life now. I mean, the only thing that's cool now is that you can have a Raichu in the Cherish Ball. Congratulations, guys! You finally did it.
That is pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. And so the only other thing, and I want to make sure that the sound isn't on for this, so let me turn that off. The only other thing is you can now go on to Mystery Gift and get a special Pikachu, a special space Pikachu, you know, just because they're like, hey, take it.
Why couldn't they at least give it a helmet? They have hats on Pikachus. Give this one a space helmet.
Yeah. Yeah. So this Pikachu has Thunderbolt, Swift, Wish, and Celebrate. So that's pretty great.
Wait, what's that?
What's
never mind. I thought Swift Wish was a new move, but you said it so fast. I was like, wait, what?
Let me switch it up for you. It's got Wish, Thunderbolt, Swift, Celebrate.
There you
Swift,
go.
Celebrate.
I think it also has a mark that says Pikachu the Astronaut, which is pretty cute.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to use it then.
Astronaut Pikachu team. Can you wait? If it gets Lightning Rod, you can just change the ability. I'll do it. Yeah. That sounds like fun.
Oh, sure you can. No, well, that's the cool thing about Pokemon now is you can make any Pokemon anything.
Welcome to Pokemon.
Welcome to Pokemon.
Where you can make any Pokemon anything, but don't hack. Hacking bad. No Gen.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up right now what Celebrate actually does.
Nothing. It does absolutely nothing.
It has no effect in battle. When a Pokemon uses the move, it will disappear, and a present will drop from above to unfold and reveal the Pokemon that used it inside. The battle text will then display, "Congratulations, player." Oh, if powered up by a Normalium Z into Z Celebrate, the user's attack, defense, special defense, and speed are raised by one stage each. This is like the best max guard that I'm ever going to use. That's it. Wow.
I think Z Celebrate used to use something. Used to like do something relevant.
Yeah,
but not actually.
I mean, it gave you all stats.
Oh boy,
stats are good. We like stats. Today's stats day.
That's true.
Yeah,
it is stats day.
Exactly. All right, so get yourself a Pikachu. I just got myself a Pikachu, literally during the podcast, so that's my prerogative. I get to do that now.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't even pick mine up.
That's fine. So Series 7, otherwise known as Season 14, Series 7 and Series 14 has begun. Hopefully we'll see Series 8 in February. It's the exact same as it has been for the past 2 months already, which is fine. Honestly, I don't mind that. I think is this the first time that it's been the third month in a row?
The first time I can remember.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say first.
Third month. Yeah, so hey, let's play some more Series 7. A lot of that might have to do with the Players' Cup. A lot of that might have to do with the fact that they're trying to slow down their series now that they don't have a ton of content to roll out. Ideas, exactly. Yeah, but hey, we've got VGC stats though. So for those of you who want to continue playing Series 7 this month, which I highly encourage you do because it's a really fun one, we've got the top 10. This one looks a little jumbled because we've got I've tried to do this thing where I put up the 3 top 10s from each of Showdown's like categories. So 1500 plus, 1630 plus, 1760 plus, which you can see on Peakalytics. Just to kind of show the usage stats for people who are, really high up rating, and then for the people who, aren't as high up rating. So what you'll be able to see from this is that Incineroar and Tapu Fini, whether you're 1500 all the way to 1760, top rating to mid rating, those are the top 2. Those are the most used Pokemon. Incineroar sits at about 28% at 1500. Tapu Fini sits at about 26%. 1760, Incineroar sits higher than that at 39%. Tapu Fini sits at 31. So
that's a lot of lines.
There's a lot of lines on this. Yeah. Maybe I should have only done for the top 5. Whatever. Next time.
That is very interesting though.
Like what's interesting to me is the ones that drop down. Like Rillaboom, 1500 plus, lots more people are using it. 26% of people are using it. 1630, it's still 26%, but you still have 2 other Pokemon who are used more than that. Rillaboom's number 3 in 1500. Rillaboom's number 5 in 1630. Then it goes back up a little bit at 1760 up to number 4.
A lot less people are using Kartana too. I feel like Kartana was actually top 10 a couple of weeks ago, but I guess not anymore.
Right.
Among Us is sneaking its way in there. Hi, Among Us. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah. The biggest, the most interesting thing out of this to me was the biggest raise that we had. No one Pokemon dropped like more than 2 spaces. No one Pokemon dropped raised more than 2 spaces either, except for Glastrier. 1500 and 1630, that Pokemon is number 7. 1760, it's number 3. Like it moves way up. It goes up 4 spaces between 1630 rating and 1760 rating.
We're gonna talk about this a little bit later. You know what else moves along with it is that Porygon 2, who's not on the list in the 0 rating, but then jumps on the list in the 1500s, just jumps even more spots on the 1760s, is because that Porygon Glacier is such a good core right now.
Right.
And in the top 30 teams, there were so much Porygon Glacier. It's everywhere.
Absolutely. Even in the again, we're going to talk about this later, but the top 1 of the on cartridge rating, the top team is using a Glacier Porygon 2 team. It's hardcore.
What can I say? We said this like when they announced this Pokemon. Glacier is dumb. Whoever designed its stats is. Yeah. I don't want to call them dumb, but they're not very intelligent.
It's big. It's such a big Pokemon, and I don't understand it. It's like they gave it all the attack and all the defense, and they gave it no speed, and they're like, okay, so its drawback is that it's slow, completely ignoring the fact that there is a whole mechanic that makes that good. Like
you're playing more doubles now. You know Glacier is disgusting.
Yes.
Like, I've seen this thing live the wildfires before.
I use it on every single one of my teams. I had that revelation today while I was recording some battles. I was like, I think I've used Glacier on every single team for the past like 5 videos.
Do you feel bad about it?
No. Do I feel bad about it? Please. I like winning.
I didn't make this Pokemon. It's not my problem. I'm just using it.
Exactly. But yeah, these are the top 10 for each. I'll talk about the 1760 top 10 though. We've got Incineroar, Tapu Fini, Glacier, Rillaboom, Regieleki, which if you've been playing VGC, you've probably been seeing them all over the place. To me, I look at this and I'm like, this is just a team. Like you put Urshifu on that and you just run it. It's fine.
Just a team. Honestly, yeah. It is just a team.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Kevin am I alive? Kevin just went into another dimension.
Oh, my computer didn't turn off. I guess that's good.
Oh, that's good, yeah. And then next of the top 10, we've got Urshifu at number 6, Porygon 2, number 7, Landorus T, Grimmsnarl, and Amoonguss. So not bad. Not a bad list of mons right there,
Good Pokemon are good.
Good Pokemon. To be honest, I haven't seen a lot of Grimmsnarl on my stuff.
I've seen a couple. It's happening. It's pretty good. Screens are annoying. I would honestly recommend running Brick Breaker, Psychic Fangs on something because Grimmsnarl can take over a game without making it obvious.
Yeah.
It's like Fred Guard. It's like, it'll set up screens turn 1, and you'll forget about them, and you'll be like, "Why didn't I do damage?"
Exactly.
And then be very sad about it later.
Exactly. Big Boris in the chat, nice name, says, I made a team of just the top 6 of 1760, and I've been doing well with it. Exactly. Case in point right there. So
You can. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm looking at it. You can.
100%. Jaleel also says, what series are we in right now? I'm confused. Yes, so this is series 7, but season 14. Season is every single month, and then series is where they make the actual changes to your lineups. So season 14, series 7.
Don't feel bad for being confused. It's a very confusing thing.
It is. I don't know why they do it like that, but they do. You know what else they do is the Players' Cup. The Players' Cup's a fun thing that you do online and on your game. And, you know, sometimes you win and sometimes you don't. And what we're going to do today is we're going to try and help you actually do the first thing, the winning
part.
Yeah. Basically, this is what our podcast is almost all about right now is Players' Cup and stats. Welcome to Pokésports. It's Players' Cup and stats.
Sometimes Clarence will show up.
One time of the year, Clarence will crawl out of his hole.
One time is sometime.
Yeah, exactly. Our Play Pokemon tournaments have been almost completely replaced by this. So it's something that we focus on quite heavily. Once we come back from the break, we're going to break down some team ideas for the Players' Cup 3. We'll maybe talk about some of the cores that are out there that you might want to start practicing with, as well as some teams, some things that you might want to look out for, maybe build against. All that and more when we come back from the break. We'll see you in a second. Hi. And now I'm over here. Ball Guy says hi. I still really want to dress up as Ball Guy just one time. I've been doing my push-ups because he's got like that beefy, like he's got that triangle bod, you know?
He's a triangle. I thought it was a ball.
Yeah, but he's also a guy, right? Oh my gosh, you can like make him go to the side. You can do everything that a normal ball guy can do with this guy. This is amazing.
Hi, kid. What does ball guy even say?
I don't know why, but my mind went to you remember Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes.
With the King Candy, who's like, have some candy. Yes. Have a ball.
He's so malleable.
Right? Oh, that's a weird thing to shout in my house.
Is that only like wires in there? Like what's in there?
Wires and stuffing, it seems like, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
We don't have a ball guy emote. We could have probably came up with that.
In time.
One day.
In time.
That should be the max tier. That should be the 2-year tier for our members. Just a ball guy.
Then whatever the meme of the 3rd year comes out to be. Anyway, hi everybody. Looking around at chat, seeing all the people talking like Pierre.
I would enter a whole new patron tier to get Mike to cosplay ball guy. That's where we're gonna release the photo shoot. It's just gonna be the max. We're gonna have Polaroids. We're gonna have
Kevin. That's my New Year's resolution.
Polaroids?
No, not that. The ball guy thing. The ball guy thing. I'm gonna work out as hard as I can. I'm gonna get in a ball guy costume. I'm gonna forget about the white arms and the white legs and stuff.
You're in white.
No. But I will get the big ball head and I'll do a photo shoot. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. That is 100% my New Year's resolution. You people who are listening on YouTube, you need to hold me to that.
Next patron tier is going to be Ball Guy Polaroids, and the tier after that, Ball Guy Calendar 2022.
Ball Guy Calendar Colton. This is going to be the weirdest thing that you guys have ever posted up in your house. That's okay. We're going to get slapped on the wrist by Nintendo, but hey, that's fine.
They won't see it coming.
Worth it. Worth it.
They'll be like, take this down. Sure, but first we're going to distribute it to everybody. Hey guys, free stuff. Okay, we took it down.
Yeah. Everybody take a calendar. Have a calendar. Have a calendar. Because who inspires me is How. How and we have this friend How. Oh man, every Christmas He puts together, he knows he has it somewhere. He puts together like a Christmas card that's just the memeiest thing. And I love it so much.
I can't find it, but one day I'll find it.
Mm-hmm. They'll put it on Pokemon Center Canada. Yeah, with nothing else. Oh, that's a Garchomp.
A big Garchomp.
It's a big Garchomp. All right.
There's a lot of things in this drawer.
It's true.
We're not live, so I can.
We are live. Galarian Zapdos has a solid niche to deter, intimidate, and can deal with certain Pokemon in the game offensively.
I gotta say, Galarian Zapdos was a lot better before than it is now. I will agree with that. It just doesn't seem like it's in a good place right now.
Why do you say that?
I just think that if you're gonna use a fighting type, you're gonna use an Urshifu, and you don't really need two fighting types in your team, so it really gets overshadowed by Urshifu.
That's true. There is a heavy lack of psychic presence in the meta right now, though. You kind of have some space to do that, but the flying is pretty nasty. Like, everybody wants to bring an Airstream on their team somewhere.
That is also true. Yeah. It depends. I mean, if you just hate Urshifu, go for it. You can make it happen.
I can see that world.
Zapdos Dragapult is still pretty good. Zapdos Dragapult is pretty much Urshifu and two Pokemon.
Yeah. Hey, remember when Dragapult and Togekiss were topping the top 10s? All the time.
We get to talk about Togekiss in a sec because top 30 teams for Togekiss, dude.
Yeah. Glacier and Regieleki are kind of big too. Absolutely. Yeah, they're massive.
Literally.
All right. Buzzwole counter to Glastrier? Thoughts?
Technically.
Yes. Technically.
Buzzwole counter to Fly? No.
Oh. And that's the problem. Like we said, everybody is using Airstream somewhere on their team. Some people are just shoehorning it into Pokemon that don't get stab on it because it's just that good. So Buzzwole, there's just no room for it.
You guys don't realize that this is such a great time to be alive. You're gonna grow old and tell your grandkids about the time you used Fly as a competitive move in Pokemon, and you used Bounce as a competitive move in Pokemon. They're not gonna believe you.
Yeah. Landorus went Fly. Your Cinderace went Bounce. I remember it. Cobra Berry, G Zapdos. Yeah, no, that's the one. If you're gonna do it, then you're gonna do it like that. All right, so let's get back into the Pokecast.
The practice.
Into the Players Cup 3. Here we go.
I need
to cough really badly.
We got to talk about Leech too. We don't have it in the notes. Ow! I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was loud.
They didn't. Nobody did, except for you.
Oh, great!
Yeah. There was also a time back while we were doing the podcast that I had to mute and do it there. So no worries. Anyway, here we go. It's that voice that does it. That's the voice that triggers my need to cough. The let's go Pikachu. I remember
you did a whole podcast sick once, right when the Corona scare started.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I'm pretty sure that was it. I'm pretty sure it was that. Anyway, here we go. And we're back. Welcome back to Pokésports, everybody. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about Players Cup 3. We wanted to prep you guys as much as humanly possible because we want to all get to that qualifiers together. I want to see everybody in there with us, ready to play, ready to kick some butt. And to do that, you need to prep. You can't just go in and think that you'll be the best. You can't do that. You got to prepare. You got to get your team ready. You got to know what kind of team to get ready. And that's what we're here for. Don't be like Clarence. Clarence doesn't know how to do it. He has no idea. So we're going to break this down into two separate ideas here. Okay, we want to prep you in terms of cores. And if you don't remember what cores are, then we have a previous episode where we talk about that. But essentially, it's like a series of typings or Pokemon that feed well off of each other or make up for each other's weaknesses really well. And then we'll also be talking about things that you can watch out for in the PC3 because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of heavy memes going on right now that people are starting to fall into. Yeah. So without further ado, Kevin, please take us away.
If you guys are unaware, Players Go 3 qualifiers is really soon. So, if you're like me and you want to hopefully make it in again this time, to hopefully get farther than you did before, then you're going to want to pay attention to a couple of very important Pokemon. Now, a lot of these Pokemon and cores that I received are from the top 30 teams of Series 7 Season
13 was the last 13. One?
Yeah, Season 13 for Battle Stadium. And that's kind of like, I would rather look at Battle Stadium stats just in general because they are more accurate to what you'll be seeing with the Players Cup 3. So, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Porygon 2 and Glacier is on so many teams.
Absolutely.
It's everywhere. It's a disgusting combination, and I understand why. It is weak to just fighting as a core, but the fact that you can just pretty much always get Trick Room up because Porygon 2 is dumb. And then have a Glacier over there just doing Glacier things. In fact, Glacier is just such a good Pokemon. You don't even technically need Trick Room every time. I've used Glacier successfully outside of Trick Room like it's no one's business. It just doesn't really care about its speed stat. It'll take 14 hits and still KO you.
Yeah. I mean, Porygon 2 also just like takes such a beating. Like not only can it cover it. Oh yeah, exactly. It takes a beating and it can heal that same beating. It's nasty.
I've lost so many battles to just like Porygon 1v1s where it's just like the Porygon can out heal the damage that I'm doing, and I'm just like, okay, guess I lose.
Yeah. I almost had that kind of a problem today against a Toxapex somehow. Somebody brought a Toxapex in on me. And it was Toxapex versus, who was it? Oh, it was against my Glacier, actually. And so Toxapex was going up against my high horsepower from my Glacier. And it was like just barely doing more than 50%.
What?
Yeah. Well, because Toxapex is super defensive.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Toxapex.
Yes.
I thought you said Toxtricity. I was just like, that's 4 times effective. What's happening? what is your attack stat? You have a special Glacier or something?
Mudshot Glacier, yeah. That's how I roll. But no, yeah, it do be like that sometimes. And the reason I brought up the 1760 top 10 here is for that exact reason. Like you see at top level play, people are using Porygon 2 more than they're using it in any other level of play. It's just that good of a Pokemon. You see a lot more support being used. And this is kind of indicative in the way I play. I don't consider myself a 1760 plus rated person emotionally yet, much less on Showdown. But and that's because I don't know how to properly leverage my support Pokemon yet. Pokemon like Grimmsnarl, Pokemon like Porygon 2, Pokemon like Dusclops. That is stuff that people will use more often later on. Especially people that'll bring them in more. I have a big habit of not bringing more than one support Pokemon because I'm worried that I don't have enough firepower. But
Mike likes to go burr, is what he's trying to say.
Exactly. Mike likes to go burr. So I mean, yeah.
It still does damage because of download, which is nuts.
Right. That's true.
It does damage sometimes.
It's hard to remember that too. Like when you first send in a Porygon 2, that it actually has a +1 on its stats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So talking about cores, we went on a tangent, but that's fine.
Hey.
Grass, Water, Fire core of Series 7, your Insin-Finicartana. Yeah. What's nice about this is that all you need is a Dragon type and you complete the Fantasy core as well. So that's a little terrifying.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, then you toss in like a Dragapult or whatever, and you've got your Steel Fairy Dragon, you know.
And you also have an immunity to the 2 fighting weaknesses that core has. Yeah, that's a pretty solid theme right there. And if you guys don't want to use Kartana, you can also throw in a Rillaboom there. It'll do the same thing. I typically don't like having Rillaboom next to Finny. I understand it can be good, but terrains, and you have to juggle terrains, and you have to make sure the right one's up. It's you gotta play with speed tiers. Too much work.
It feels different, Like it just feels different to have the terrains overriding terrains.
Yeah. And I gotta say, if you have 3 terrains on a team, you're doing it wrong. That's too many.
Then you're just kind of wasting. You might as well go like Overgrow on Rillaboom.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The next core I want to talk about is the Nut Core, but with the addition of a K, the silent K, the Kartana Nihilego Urshifu, the Knet. Kartana Nihilego Urshifu Thundurus. Not so much Thundurus now. Thundurus has kind of been replaced by Regieleki and by Zapdos, but hey, Thundurus is still a good Pokemon. And that's the only way to make the core sound funny.
I know you're very much of the Thundurus is a good Pokemon belief.
I like it. I like it, but I just think that physical Pokemon are in a bad spot right now. That Zapdos with Airstream actually just does more damage if you have Hurricane and Sharp Beak. That's the problem. It's like, oh, Zapdos is kind of dumb. And does pretty much the exact same thing. Also has better moves in general, because what does Thundurus get? Like superpower, you can at least stick Heat Wave on the Zapdos.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true.
The next core we have is Celesteela plus Raichu / Aleki / anything to really proc a weakness policy. Like Celesteela weakness policy has been popping off because this Pokemon is so big, so dumb, and so like offensively scary. And now you get things like Power Herb and Meteor Beam too. If you don't want to go that route, you could still be offensive Celesteela without having to proc your own weakness policy. The Raichu takes care of your not only weakness, but like one of your 2 weaknesses, which is the electricity. And you could just have a bunch of fire types on your team to kind of deal with the fire weakness as well.
Right. That's interesting. I hadn't seen, personally, I haven't seen a lot of Celesteelas. I've seen more Stakatakas than I've seen Celesteelas, which is weird. But yeah, that's an interesting thought.
So Celesteela is one of those Pokemon where you kind of, I don't want to say you have to be good to play it, but you have to be more knowledgeable of the game to play it to understand like what it can actually do and what damage it can actually output, which is why you see it a lot on the top teams. But like you said, you wouldn't see it a lot in I don't want to say where you're playing at, because that sounds rude, but it's where I'm playing at too. Like, we're not playing in the top 30. We're playing in like the top thousands. So that's why you don't really see it down there.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of that, I don't take offense to that, because a lot of that has to do with just time to play. The two of us, we don't have the time to get up to top 100 right now. I personally believe that you could do it if you had the time available.
If I didn't do anything else.
Yeah, if I had nothing else to do. Yeah. And like, there's always somebody else who does have that kind of time. Yeah.
I think I'm capable. I just have to put myself in the right mental space and stop using Magmortar. No, that's a lie. Magmortar actually did the best out of all the Pokemon I played this week, by the way.
Oh, really?
The one Pokemon that was very difficult to get victories with was Walrein, believe it or not.
Really? Because I just put out a call in my latest video where I asked people to send a good Walrein team, because I got bodied by a Walrein Comfy combo. Oh yeah, my lord, dude!
I did Walrein and Crobat because I wanted Tailwind too, and Crobat gets absorbed, so I was absorbing myself.
I got absolutely destroyed by a Comfy and a Walrein, and I have no idea how it happened, but at the same time, I have every idea how it happened. It's crazy.
Walrein go
or. All right. And then the last one.
Metagross, Moltres, G, and Landorus, T. That's just a very solid combination, because you take care of the ground weakness that Metagross has by 2 flying types, take care of the electric weakness that Moltres has by having a ground type, and you take care of the ice weakness that Moltres and Landorus has by having a Metagross.
Yeah.
It's just very solid. And also you take care of the Moltres' defensively unimpressive stats, because its defense is not that great.
Right.
By having a Landorus T go for the Intimidate. Like that, that's a pocket of just good stuff that goes good together.
Yeah, for real.
That's a hamburger, fries, and a shake right there all together.
Which one's the hamburger?
Metagross, it's the flattest one.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair. Which one's the shake?
Moltres flaps its wings. Which leaves Landorus to fry because it's yellow.
Got it. Which one's the shake? Moltres, because it flaps its wings. Oh.
That's shaking. It's just a different kind of shake. It's a lot slower. It's a slower shake.
I get. You broke me. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you about one of the things that you need to watch out for Series 7. And that will be Trick Room. Folks.
Yep.
Oh boy. We're talking about Porygon 2. Look out for that. Porygon 2, Dusclops, Indeedee. What are a bunch of other major Trick Room setters right now? Because I'm sure there's so many of them. Cresselia.
Yeah, it still sneaks in there. It's not as used, but yeah, Dusclops, P2, and Cress are probably the top 3 you have to keep an eye out for. There are a bunch of other weird Pokemon that get Trick Room. Like, Players Cup 3 is the best one. You can probably see a Metagross whip out a Trick Room out of nowhere, and you can't really predict it. And you shouldn't really predict it. That's just an anomaly. We don't pay attention to those. Hey, a Whimsicott can carry Trick Room for all we know.
It's true.
Yeah, but like big ones, if you see a P2, you see Dusclops, assume Trick Room is there. Yeah. Actually, out of curiosity, let's check our friend Pikalytics to see what is the percentage of Dusclopses that carry Trick Room.
Oh, of course. We've probably got a ton of them.
Let's see. It is 99.575%.
That's so funny.
Our friend P2.
Yeah.
98.696% of all P2s. Funny thing, more P2s carry Recover than Trick Room.
Huh.
The more you know.
Interesting. Weird that people would do that, but all right. One of the things that you just need to know is that most of the Pokemon that can carry Trick Room probably more often than not will carry Trick Room, with exception to like maybe Whimsicott, because as we said, like it can. Only 10% of people are actually bringing Trick Room on their Whimsicott right now. But if you're seeing like a Hatterene, if you're seeing a Whimsicott, a Nihilego, Stakataka, assume that there is some sort of Trick Room there. And, try and form your team against that, or at least form your team such that it would work inside of Trick Room as well. Either work inside of it or stop it from happening.
If you take another look at the top of the season, like every single one of them has a Trick Room package or a counter to Trick Room or a taunt somewhere. They all have answers to it. It's hard Trick Room's sorry guys, it's dead. Hard Trick Room doesn't exist
hard
anymore
Trick Room does not work. It's a package now.
It's too one-dimensional. You have to be multi-dimensional. Your team has to account for everything because there's just so much stuff in Pokemon right now. So
totally. Yeah.
Glacier Porygon.
Exactly. There, another thing, just on top of the whole Trick Room, just watch out for Regieleki.
Oh yeah,
Regieleki's everywhere. Yeah.
If I could tell you, I think who was I coaching? I was coaching Pierre. We were helping him prep for Pierre is one of our mods and like who takes care of our website. Thank you so much, Pierre. I was coaching Pierre and we were practicing for his Liege match, and I was using the other player's team, and I was just having 1v1s with him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it took me 3 battles to beat him, and I was like, the only thing that could stop your team is a Dynamax Regieleki. And he was like, yeah, but who Dynamaxes the Regieleki? And then I Dynamaxed one game, and I beat him, and then we win again on the ladder, and we faced 3 Dynamax Regielekis for the rest of our hour. And we're just like, this is a thing, I guess. And it's disgusting. It does so much because of, if they're Dynamaxing, they're probably offensive. They probably have a Life Orb. They probably have just a Magnet or something. Mm-hmm. They get Transistor, which boosts their electric move, and then their electric move is now base 130 because it becomes the electric Hyper Beam,
which sets its own terrain if you don't have it up already.
If it survives that turn, you were just dead the next turn. Yeah, it's a little bit terrifying. The only thing the only drawback it has is that it's frail, but you double its health. So I mean, you even fix that problem a little bit.
That's very true. I mean, I never really thought of it in that kind of a lens where if you just look at a Pokemon's base stats, um, if a Pokemon has low defense but really high HP, there's still the chance of you thinking that it's, pretty decent. Regieleki, I want to actually look up its current stat total for its HP, because it doesn't have a lot of defense. It's only got 50 base defense and special defense. Base HP is 80 though. If that was a Pokemon that you're looking at that had base 160 HP, people would be like, that's a broken Pokemon. That's a Brokemon. So, I mean, that's not bad at all. Just usable stats are out of just sky high with Regieleki.
Regieleki's terrifying. It's who would have guessed? He give this thing 200 base speed is really good. Wow.
Did you say that how many of the top 30 were actually using Regieleki?
I didn't say how many. I could check right now though.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the top 30, including the number 1 spot, is using Regieleki. So that's almost that's close to 30%.
That's a big number for Pokemon, especially.
And then, of course, Kevin, you continue.
Hello, Incineroar is back at number 1, and Landorus T is not far behind it. Intimidates everywhere. So if you got a team with 6 physical mons, you better change it. You better put a Milotic somewhere. You better put a Defiant Mon somewhere. Hey, take out that Bisharp you have sitting in box 32. Bring it onto the team.
I mean, it's the same thing as the Yveltal problem that Ubers is having, right? Like, Yveltal is sitting at 60 whatever % because there exist Pokemon that are needing to be countered by that, right? Like, Incineroar is a worthy counter to the rest of the top 10. You've got like Urshifu and Glastrier and Rillaboom and Landorus T that all don't want to take and intimidate.
And I think it's ever since GS Cup too, right? Like GS Cup Incin was at like 75%, man. I think people were like, yeah, Incineroar is good. Let's keep using it. I got my Incineroar here from the GS Cup. Might as well bring it on to Battle Stadium.
Yeah, it's true.
We thought we were rid of Incineroar once we started you remember when Series 4 first came out, and we're like, Incineroar is not going to be so bad because this and this and this don't exist, and blah blah blah. We
thought Rillaboom would be insane.
Yeah, we're slowly getting back to the point where Incineroar is at disgustingly high usage.
It is getting there.
Yeah. It was even fighting with Arcanine a little bit, but not what's an Arcanine? Goodbye, Arcanine. Bark, bark.
Bark, bark. I'm so incredibly curious if I just look up Arcanine. Oh, it's 0.42%. I hope nobody bought stocks in Arcanine.
They're crashing. They're crashing hard.
They're crashing so hard. Everybody,
Just to put into perspective, Arcanine was number 1 at one point, I think in Series 2.
Yeah.
Yikes. That's why I love this metagame in particular. VGC 2020 and VGC 2021 with this whole series thing is so nice.
Yeah.
You just look back at how good Pokemon that were good before, and they're just gone. You don't see them anymore. So I think that's really nice.
Exactly. So let's take it home with a quick next few. We've got Grimmsnarl out there. Watch out for Grimmsnarl. Lagging Tail, Eject Button, Switcheroo. They if you see a Grimmsnarl, expect some kind of shenaniganery. So bring something that can take care of that. What's a no fun Pokemon? What's a no fun Pokemon that can take care of a Grimmsnarl?
Anything with a fake out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, just fake out and then hit it with your Sidemon. That's all you really have to do against Whimsicott and Grimmsnarl. I put these here because Lagging Tail strats and Eject Button strats are very good in best of ones because you can't really predict them. And they can really throw your game off. Like if you Dynamax first turn, they just switch your Pokemon out. You're just a little bit sad about it. And you're just on full tilt from there.
Well, and then you're paranoid and thinking that it's going to be the case every time you see a Grimmsnarl after that. And so it's like, even though they're bringing the same like milk toast light screen reflect skills, that you're still going to be like, oh, they're going to switcheroo me. They're going to switcheroo an eject button onto me. I can't Dynamax onto that thing. So like Grimmsnarl represents fear.
It looks like fear.
Yeah, exactly.
We got Moltres too with a weakness policy all over the place in the top
true.
30. Next to Sylveons, next to Comfies, next to Mamoswines, next to Raichu. Keep an eye out for that. Yeah. Don't hit a Moltres with super effective.
These are all just checks and balances that you need to do every single time. If you see a Sylveon next to a Moltres G, just know what the strategies are there. Because typically, if you see them beside each other, you'll probably be able to figure it out. If you see like a Sylveon next to a Moltres, you'll know that there's probably going to be a quick attack coming its way at the beginning of your game.
Very good thing to do is if you see a Metagross and if you see a Moltres, a Galarian Moltres on a team, not together, just in general. If you see those Pokemon on a team, or if you see like a T-Tar on a team, those are all heavy weakness policy holders. Look for what's proccing it. And then once you identify it, then you can easily see their lead, because 9 times out of 10 they lead with those.
Yeah, that's interesting. Lupus Rex says, as Moxie put it, Schrodinger's Grim. I can't even say that. Schrodinger's Grim. Schrodinger's Grimmsnarl is so funny. I've never heard Moxie call it that, but oh my god, that is so funny. It's so accurate. It's crazy. All right, guys, I want you to watch out for one other thing. Right now, in the top, what is it? The top 10? No, in the top 30, there are 4 Togekisses.
Yeah.
Watch out for that.
Yeah, I mean,
currently sitting at 6.11% usage on Picolytics. They're all on the top 4 teams.
Guy, Mike, I don't know, man. I mean, Togekiss, it's peeking its head in here. It's like, I want to play too, guys.
You forget about me?
Speaking of Pokemon, people forgot about Cinderace, man. Cinderace is back too. Cinderace is on so many top 30 teams. That's another Pokemon and you never see on ladder.
Right.
And I've been seeing a lot of assault vested Cinderaces and weakness policy Cinderaces. Those are terrifying.
Weakness policy Cinderace.
Yeah, they go for flip turn with like a Scarf Mon, like a Scarf special Mon. Yeah, flip turn. I did it with my Milotic.
We're here. Oh no, we're here.
Flip turn Milotic. If they leave with an Intimidator to try to slow down the Cinderace, guess what? You now have a +2 Milotic with a Choice Scarf. So that's even more terrifying.
Oh no.
There's really no winning for your opponent.
There's zero winning. And then last thing, of course, you just got to watch out for the Colossal. Like, if you've been playing the Players' Cup, you know at this point, just don't underestimate the Colossal. It's not impossible to deal with, but a lot of people just forget about it, and then it just wrecks entire tournaments. Just don't let it win.
I feel like that's what ends up happening, right? It's like people win the Players' Cup with Colossal, then they forget about it for 2 months. And then because they forgot about it, no one has counters to it on their team anymore. Yeah. And then they just play Colossal again and win the Players' Cup again.
Right, exactly.
And here we are again, top 30 teams, no Colossal. But remember, it's there. Use your water types. Have a ground type.
Yeah.
Have something faster than Dragapult, or have a Tailwind or a Trick Room somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and then the last thing that we'll leave you with is the number 1 team for Season 13. That included Porygon 2, Glastrier, Regieleki, Urshifu, Landorus T, and Tapu Fini. You can actually find this online at liberty-note.com. Great place to just kind of go and see all those kind of resources. Might try and figure out some way of integrating Pokésports with that somehow. But that was actually by a Twitter user by the name of Zine172M. Sometimes people just don't think too much about their name on Twitter. Zine172M.
That's him. He did it.
They did it. All right, and that is going to be the end of Pokésports, the 61st episode on the first Sunday of 2021. We are kicking things off with stats. Yeah,
that's Poliwhirl, right?
Where Poliwhirl? It must be. Oh, it must be. Last one was Poliwag, right?
Yeah, so we're Polyworld. We're gonna try to do this
episode. Yeah. Thank you. I need to remember this.
Holidays for the Pokemon numbers.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down as Polyworld. Good. So folks, remember, please go and check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Pokésports. That is where we post videos every single day using different teams, using some fun stuff. Kevin, I believe you're going to be practicing on the YouTube channel for Players Cup 3 in the next little bit. Is that correct?
Yeah, week after Players Cup 3 because my team's a secret.
Ooh, secret team. As for, I'll be competing in the Players Cup as well, but I'll be probably a little less secretive about how I'm doing it. I may be streaming later this week to kind of show off my team, what I have so far, as well as streaming next week for sure on some last minute prep before the thing, because it's next week, is it not? End of next week.
Yeah. Also, whatever my team ends up being, I'm going to give away to patrons, trainee patrons, because that's going to be the team of the month.
Cool. Focusing on that. You can focus also on our Twitter at Pokésportspod or Instagram at Pokésportspodcast. That we will be kicking off. We haven't really been adding much stuff to our Instagram recently, but we're going to be back on that real soon. You can always rate and review us on Apple Podcasts because that's really cool. You can check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/Pokésportspodcast, where we have our monthly league, which is now accepting signups. It'll be signups go until I believe next Sunday, early next Monday. It's a really fun time. It follows whatever series that we are currently playing in. Right now we're playing in Series 7, of course. So if you want to get some Players Cup prep in, then you can go ahead and do that, because we're going to be starting before the actual Players Cup happens. So you can do a couple of your group stage matches before the Players Cup. No worries about locking in any kind of team or anything, because I think you're just able to use it. Da-da.
Also, sports.org.
Yeah.
New merch page. Wee woo, go.
Wee woo, we've got merch.
Save merch.
Ace Trainer Clearance goes up until February 1st. Kevin is well on his way to interviewing Ace Trainer Clearance himself, just requiring a few more merch sales on that. I've actually kept you up on that. I've held you to that. I've got a little thermometer that I'm like, okay, how many merch sales until interviewing Ace Trainer Clearance? So go for that. Anyway, patrons, thank you very much for being patrons. Patrons like Ahmed, Dante, Elijah, Zach, Colton, Sheldon, Trevor, Alex, Brian, Carlo, Dreamweaver, Lewis, Roe, Ixon, Scott, Alex, Dustin, Joseph, King Boo, Martine, Michael, Rowan, Travis, Jack S, Jack B, Jack C, Jonathan, Juan Manuel. Can't put all these J's beside each other and expect me to. Chris, Greg, LA Caveman, Pierre, Pink Hat Boy, Ryan Sowen, and of course, Mod Tofu. Thank you guys. As always, I hope you're enjoying the beginning of your year as we are. And we will be seeing you in the next episode of Pokésports. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Later, boy.
All right. Hey, and we're done. We are done.
Hey, guys. Bye, guys.
Forever. What?
61 episodes. We've made it so far.
Good time to end. Ending on the 61st. No, Pokésports is never ending.
I quit.
No. No. I was so close. All right.
To what? 9 episodes?
That's it. Yep. Waiting until that. We'll see you guys.